Welcome to the Eric Avisar Show, where it is now time to talk about the absolute abomination, disaster, and catastrophe that has turned into my beloved Liverpool Football Club, falling to a 2-0 win to Hull City. Two consecutive wins to the two worst teams in the Premier League. One win in the past 12 games, which came against a fourth division side. It's clear at this point, there's no doubt about it. Liverpool are in a complete and unmitigated crisis. No impressive performances whatsoever from any player. Simon Mignolet at fault for the first goal. Clearly not good enough to be our first choice keeper. I would pretty much do anything right about now for Joe Hart to be our keeper. Just anyone to be the new goalkeeper for Liverpool, other than who the Reds have right now. Pepe Reina left 6 years ago, and he still hasn't been replaced. Coutinho has not been the same since he came back from his injury. Firmino works hard but can't finish, of course. Sadio Mane provided a spark, but ultimately just not good enough on his end either, although I think he's still smarting from that penalty miss for Senegal at AFCON. But, the midfield as well. Emre Can completely off form. I really don't know what Jurgen Klopp was thinking, opting with Can over Gini Wijnaldum, who had scored the goal against Chelsea. And I really thought that there was a good chance that, coming out of that Chelsea game, that Liverpool would turn a corner, getting a result against the head and shoulders best team in the Premier League. But clearly, that was not the case. These players look like they've just been run ragged. It's February now, and they're out of gas. And, the anger that Liverpool fans like myself are feeling, so much of it comes down to we did not buy anyone in January in the middle of this tailspin. The January transfer window exists for a reason. Pretty much all of Liverpool's incredible buys as of the past few years, it seems, or the vast majority of them, I should say, came in the January transfer window. First names that come to mind: Luis Suarez, Daniel Sturridge, Philippe Coutinho. Obviously, Sturridge is a shell of himself. The same thing can be said for Divock Origi. But, the Reds proved today that it doesn't matter if you have all the possession in the world if you don't do anything with it. It was just crosses. Kick the ball downfield, hope and pray, giving Hull City more than enough time to organize their defense and know what they're doing. So, Hull City, they've really turned things around as of late. It seems like they really have a shot at avoiding relegation under this new manager, Marco Silva. And, he really gave James Milner a ton of space out there in the first half. I think it was because he knew that Milner just wasn't much of a threat. It's just so obvious Liverpool needs new players at virtually every unit, from goalkeeper, defense, midfield, and up top. Everyone right now is not good enough. And, I still believe in Jurgen Klopp. I think he has what it takes. He proved that during his time at Borussia Dortmund. But it's time for him to make some serious changes. First things first, drop Emre Can, get Gini Wijnaldum. Every match he's good to go. But it's just real head scratchers there. I mean, it would have been great to buy a center back even. Loaning out Mamadou Sakho, of course, that is with a view to a permanent deal. Lucas Leiva is not a center back. He's just useless in one-on-ones, the loyal servant of the club that he may be. But it's tough when, Dejan Lovren, Ragnar Klavan both out of the picture due to injury and illness. And Matip's challenge on the second goal wasn't good enough either. So, Hull City proved that new players can make an impact right away with Ndiaye and Niasse scoring both their goals. I'm just so sick and tired of Fenway Sports Group's money grabbing. They're penny pinchers. They don't care about this team. They care about the Boston Red Sox a lot more. And their ownership is rapidly becoming more disgraceful. So all you angry Reds fans out there, direct your anger at FSG. not Jurgen Klopp, not yet at least. So thank you so much for tuning in, Reds fans. As always, you'll never walk alone, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel.